right, here we go. All right, we're going to be talking about solving these. Guys, you've been doing them all day for the last 2 days. Save the Princess is just a model way to show solving equations. It is the exact same thing we've already done. We're taking the princess, trying to save the princess or the variable, and we're trying to bring it back. Okay, sometimes, like we talked about today, we don't save the princess, and sometimes there are 2 princesses, but every time we still can figure out how many it takes for the variable or the princess. It can be good guys, it can be bad guys, it doesn't matter. Alright, so we're going to talk about inverse operations. Big math terms for just saying the opposite. And we were doing it, you just didn't know it. When we talked about positive or plus, when we were talking about the good guards, the positive guards, what was the opposite? What killed off the positive guards? Negative guards, right? So subtraction. The good guards and the positive guards and the negative guards came together and they killed each other off, and we talked about bloodshed and it was lovely. However, all we were showing was that what is the opposite of addition is subtraction, and likewise, what was the opposite of the red bad guards? The good guys, the positive. So that's all we were showing, was that we were showing the inverse, that we were showing what was happening to the 2 guards. Now, we didn't do as much with this, but the opposite of multiplication is division. And it can go back and forth because, just like I said, the opposite of multiplication is division, the opposite of division is multiplication. Okay? Multiply and then divide. Okay, so they undo each other. Again, the whole purpose is to get the variable or the princess by herself. And so this is just making sure she stays alone, because you know she's whiny and she wants to be alone. So we're going to move over to here and we're going to do some very simple ones. Guys, these were exact ones we did in class today. You just didn't know. I purposely was picking them. Y'all were wondering why I kept writing X's? This is why. Because I was taking it from these problems. Okay, so the top part, it says, ooh, it's hard to see. Here, let me zoom in. Okay, the something constant from. So if I'm adding, what is the opposite of adding? Subtracting. So you have to subtract the constant, which is the guards. So think about this as the guards from both. Like we said, they came in pairs, so you have to do it to both sides of the equal sign. So you're going to have to subtract the constant or the guards from both sides of the equal sign. So think about this. This is like the princess was with the tower with 3 guards and there were 7 guards on the ground. Well, she doesn't want the guards. She wants them to go away. So we have to subtract. We have to take away those guards. But remember, they went in pairs. So anytime you took away a guard, you have to take it away on this side. So draw a line, because that is the wall, remember? There's our princess. She needs to be special and stay alone. You subtract that. This zeroes out. Remember, they kill each other off. And you're left with 7 minus 3, which is 4. So x equals 4. So it takes 4 guards to protect that princess. Alright, same thing goes with subtraction. And I know I'm going fast, but you can watch this as many times as you want. The opposite of subtraction is addition. So you have to add, this is like bringing in good guys, add the constant, which is guards, to both sides, always both sides of the always equal sign. Alright. So, think of it. It's like the princess is locked in the tower with 5 bad guards. We want to get her alone. So, here's our wall. She's in the tower. We have to get her out. So, our princess is this yellow. We're going to make her yellow, kind of like she was in the thing. These are the bad guys. So, we're going to have to add 5 good guards to both sides. They kill each other off, zero each other out. And you have x equals, and then 17 plus 5. If you don't know that off the top of your head, that's okay. Use your calculator. 17 plus 5 equals 22. It takes 22 guards to save this princess. She's pretty high maintenance. Okay, now let's go on to multiplication and division. We dealt with multiplication when we dealt with more than one princess. So think about this. Alright, think about this. Remember, this is like having 4 princesses. And I'm going to draw my wall. And this is like 4 princesses. 4 princesses. And 12 little positive guards. The goal of this, remember, was she wants to know how many, each princess wants to know how many guard just her. She wants to know how many guard just her. So, the opposite of multiplication is division. So, we're going to divide. Divide both sides of the equal sign by the same number. Essentially, how many princesses there are. So in this case, we're going to divide by 4 princesses. And so this tells me 1 princess. That's the goal. I want to know what 1 princess is. And 12, so 12 divided by 4 is 3. So our answer is it takes 3. So essentially what we were saying is that it takes 3 guards to protect each princess. And you don't have to draw this model, guys, but I do want you to be aware of how many it takes to save her. And that is essentially what we were doing. We're dividing up the princesses into the guards into princesses to each one save them. Okay, division. We didn't do anything like this, but we already know a lot of stuff, and we know the opposite of multiply is divide, and the opposite of divide is multiply. So if I'm dividing by 5, I have to multiply by 5. So we're going to multiply both sides of the equal sign. Notice you've written this a lot. The equal sign matters. By the denominator. So this is the denominator. Again, the equal sign matters. That's why I always draw a wall here. And you always have to locate your variable. And so you need to multiply by 5. That cancels them out. And then you have to do it to this side. So you're left with just your x. And then 5 times 5. 5 times 5 is 25. So in this case, it takes 25 princesses, or 25 guards to save a princess. But it doesn't necessarily translate perfectly when you're dividing, but we're going to try. Alright, so those were really, really quick. They're less than 10 minutes, but this is just an introduction. If you're confused, please come with your questions. And we're still going to have out the models so you can kind of see it in action. Okay, we're not done with this. This is just the beginning. So realize if you're confused, I just wanted you to see the numeric rules, and then we're going to keep applying them to our models. All right, bye. I hope you have a good night.